guys, and good Thursday morning. It is December 26th, the day after Christmas. I hope your holiday was fantastic. Mine was pretty quiet. Let me know what you did. You hung out with family, friends, hosted. If you kept it pretty low-key, I headed to a friend's house. She hosted dinner, and it was awesome to hang out with her and her kids. My kids get into town on Friday, so that's when we'll do our big Christmas. So Friday's tomorrow. They get in tomorrow. So let me know what your Christmas celebrations looked like. If you haven't joined us for one of these updates before, it's pretty simple. We're just having a conversation. This is not a newscast. I'm probably not going to sound like a traditional news anchor that you think of, but we're just talking about some of the stories that you guys are clicking on and sharing. We've got Kevin here running the computer, so he's going to cycle through some of your comments at the end of this. So we really encourage you to leave your comments and questions down below. And then we have the links for the stories up above. So we're going to dive into this first one, which is a carjacking that happened last night around 10 o'clock. Imagine this, on Christmas night, you're heading home, you stop at a gas station. This is on the North Loop near TC Jester. A guy with a knife comes up, forces you and your two kids out of the car, takes off in it. That's what Houston police say happened to mom, dad, two little girls. How scary. What's weird is Houston police haven't released a description of the car yet, but they are looking for the guy who made off with it. We really don't have any other information at this point. That's a story that we will be updating throughout the day. This next one is something that's so important. I really want you to look at this guy's mugshot. Well, I guess it's not a mugshot, but take a look at this guy's photo. His name is Albert Simon. I think that's right. Yeah, Albert Simon. He's 52 years old. Investigators say on Christmas Eve, he went to his ex-girlfriend's birthday party, forced his way into the house where the party was happening, pulled her outside, and when they were on the porch, shot her several times, killing her, and then just took off. This is so scary because he managed to get into a gated community near Houston National Golf Club. That's up in northwest Harris County. She died at the scene. Witnesses say it was absolutely horrible. We're talking about her birthday party on Christmas Eve. And so investigators just really want you to call 911 if you see him, if you know where he is. We had a description of the vehicle that he left the scene in. It's a black 2019 Jeep Cherokee with a Texas license plate of LYN 0345, and those details are in that link up above if you want some more information. But just so sad and really scary guy to be on the lookout for, according to investigators. This, I know we're hitting you with one heartbreaking story after another, because I can't imagine being the parents who got this call after a crash in New Caney. Take a look at it. A Camaro smashed into a house, killing the 19-year-old driver. And troopers on the scene say there were signs that he'd been drinking, and they think speed was a factor because it looks like he blew through a stop sign just before this crash. Of course, it woke up the people who were inside, but he hit the corner of the house, causing a lot of damage there. We don't have a name yet for him, but my thoughts go out to his parents because that had to have been just absolutely awful. The last story I want to get to before our forecast, we don't have any video for this, but it's a story a lot of you are clicking on and sharing. I think there's a lot of interest in it because Houston police say a 4-year-old child was dropped off at a fire station. We're talking about Fire Station 46, which is near Quarter Street and St. Augustine Street. The thing with safe haven laws is the kids can't be that old. And investigators say someone came back later claiming to be the kid's mom. But CPS is investigating. Child appears to be okay. We don't really have much information beyond that. But we do have a lot of information on KHAU.com about safe haven laws, why they're out there. You know, sometimes parents just can't handle the burden of a child. And so it's an avenue for that child to find a safe place. You can drop a child, depending on different state laws, there's different timelines, but we're really talking like newborns, off at hospitals, fire stations. There's a whole list of places. So if that is something you want to dig into more, we have that information on kau.com. Let's talk about your forecast. It was super foggy this morning. As I'm glancing out, it looks pretty hazy out there right now. This is all supposed to lift by early this afternoon. We're gonna have partly cloudy skies. High of 73 degrees. This is just crazy. Over the next 3 days, actually, it looks like we're gonna have highs in the 70s, and then it will cool back down. There's a front rolling through, and so you can see when, yeah, it's on Saturday, 60% chance of showers. So we'll keep an eye on that. Meteorologist Addison Green has been watching it. We had some computer issues, otherwise he would be here giving you a much more detailed forecast. But you can always go to kau.com/weather to get his morning update. And then finally, we're talking about gift returns because it's the day after Christmas, and a lot of you have sorted through and you know exactly what you're going to keep and exactly what you aren't. Some people will do returns, some people will regift, some people will donate. So what's your plan for the items you don't want? We went really lean for each other, my boyfriend and I, this holiday season. He got me concert tickets that we're both going to, so really it's a present for both of us.
Nice.
And our plan is at some time in the future, you know, the first half of the year, to maybe go on a short trip together, something like that. That will be our Christmas present to each other. But otherwise, we just spend all the money on the kids. And mine, as I mentioned, don't get here until tomorrow, so they won't open their gifts until probably Saturday morning. So we'll have to see if there are any returns. Although they gave me a very specific list and I worked off of that. So if there's anything I got for them they want to return, it's their own fault. I mean, they gave me basically SKU numbers for some of these things. I did get like specific Amazon listings. Like I want this and this and this and this. And when they're 12 and 14, you know what? You just go with it because that's the way to do it. But in the link up above, sorry, that was my rant about Christmas gifts. You can find return policies from a bunch of different stores. Reporter Adam Bennett looked at like Best Buy, Walmart, Kohl's, Target, Amazon, and outlines how long you have to return gifts. And for some of them, I think the first deadline is January 14th. So it's time to make that call. Get out there, get it done, trade it out, or you're going to be stuck with it for a good long while until you regift it or donate it. Okay, I think I've used all my words now. Kevin, your turn.
All right, let's see what we got. We got some good mornings. Nancy saying good morning. Robert, good morning, guys. Stephanie saying she was homesick today. So,
oh no,
you know,
I hope
it's
you
never
feel
any
better.
fun. Thanks for watching us while you're sick, though. Let's see, gumbo time with the family. That's nice, Jacqueline. Very nice.
Yum.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Spent Christmas with my 11-year-old daughter. That's it. Got work this morning to find my desk full of gifts for my daughter and I. That's nice.
That's
Aw.
so sweet.
Yeah, congratulations, Lisa. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see. Cindy wants to know, I'm not sure what story she's referring to, but she says, is this the little kid that was found wandering around?
Probably referring to the fire station story, the 4-year-old left at a fire station. This happened last night, so I don't know if that's the child you're referring to. But this one was specifically dropped off at Houston Fire Station 46.
Well, Deez is talking about the man that murdered the murderer, the mugshot that you were showing earlier, and he says you can run but you can't hide. He says he'll turn up and he believes that he'll catch him. So I hope so, Deez.
And that's why we're really trying to get his face out there, because investigators do think he's armed with a pistol and he could be dangerous. So they say don't approach. Just call 911 if you see him. Again, 52-year-old Albert Simon.
Yeah, that's a horrible story. Rosa is saying a child should never be a burden, and you were talking about different places that you could take children, Brandy, and yeah, I agree, Rosa. It's a comment there. And
a child shouldn't be a burden, but if a parent is for some reason unable to take care of them, best that there is an option,
a resource, right,
for that child to be safe. So it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, but at least there's something there, because we have a lot of stories too where the child doesn't have a safe place to go, or the parent didn't know or didn't want to go that route, and that child doesn't make it. So I think it's important that we have this, and there's a different version in every state for those safe haven laws. So the option exists.
Right. Well, that's really all we have this morning. We had Patty saying nice weather. I agree, Patty. And we hope everyone had a Merry Christmas out there.
Absolutely.
But that's the end of our comment, Shay and Brady.
All right. You didn't share what you did for Christmas.
Oh, gosh, I had a lot of traveling. I had to travel to Beaumont and back to Cyprus. I had 2 different Christmases. I had
It's like opposite corners.
Right, yeah. It's like 4.5, 5 hours altogether of driving on Christmas Day. Yeah. I mean, the roads were clear, which was nice. But yeah, family in Beaumont, family in Cyprus, Christmas. So.
That's impressive.
1 in the morning and 1 at night. Yeah, it was a lot.
I used to drive to Beaumont every day for work.
I remember that.
I lived in Houston and drove back and forth. I couldn't imagine then adding the stretch to Cyprus.
Oh gosh, yeah, that extra stretch is not fun. Because you hit Houston and you're like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm not done. You got the, yeah, another
That's
30,
our
20
girlfriend
minutes.
lives out in Cinco Ranch, where we went yesterday. And we had kind of the same approach, even though it was a much shorter drive. Driving out West Park Tollway, because she lives past where it ends. And you just keep going and going. And we live in town and we're spoiled and everything is so centrally located.
Right.
And so driving out there and then driving back, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like 35 minutes.
I know.
But that's nothing compared to Cyprus to Beaumont.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to what you used to do every day for work. That was torture. Well, glad you're here now.
All right, and on that note, we will wrap it up. There is a 2:15 update if you want to join us for that. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.
Well.